Hi everyone, my name is Tim Merman and the resource I'm going to be covering here today is Wolfram Alpha. Wolfram Alpha is a computational knowledge engine which can provide knowledge and compute answers. You're able to access this resource if you go to any browser and have internet capability. I personally use Google Chrome, and you want to type in wolframalpha.com. This resource is available as an app, and you're able to find it for iPhone, iPad, an Android, Kindle Fire, Windows Phone, or Windows Tablet. If you go into the App Store and type in Wolfram Alpha, it'll be one of the first search results that come up. And again, the name is just Wolfram Alpha. But whether you're using the website or the app, you'll need internet capability. If we go back to the main page here, we can click sign in. You are able to create an account, and essentially all you need is an email and your name, and then create a password. Now, creating an account is free, and using the website itself is free, but there are different upgrades that are available. So we can take a look at the upgrades and then also the pricing. So if you upgrade to Pro, you can either select for everyone, for students, or for educators. So for myself as an educator, I would be looking at either using the website for free, going Pro for about $4.75 a month, or going to Pro Premium for about $8 a month. There's different features with each of the upgrades, which you can see here, and we'll kind of talk about them as we go. But again, you're able to use this website for free if you wish, just with a little bit of limited capability. Wolfram Alpha can be used at any level in education, from kindergarten up to graduate school, and even at the professional level. You can ask it anything here using a search function. We can type in a natural language, which is basically just English. We can use math input, which is very useful since with Google, sometimes you're limited because you're not able to type with symbols. You're kind of stuck typing with numbers and letters. So the search function that we're able to use is very convenient. We're able to search by subject area, so mathematics or other areas here. I teach a statistics course, so I can take a look and see that it's broken down by different categories within statistics. I can have students look something up, say we're working on probability distributions, and I can say, today we're working on a binomial distribution. So they can click here, get a bunch of the characteristics about a binomial distribution. They can even adjust the values here, which then the tables and graphs will adjust, which is incredibly useful. I also teach an Algebra 1 course. So for Algebra 1, I might say to a student, let's solve linear equations. And if they're not sure what a linear equation is, they're able to type in linear equation. And then Wolfram Alpha will give them definitions and a lot of details regarding that, so they can help clear up some of their misunderstandings, or if they need a little bit more help with some of the information they're unsure about. It can also help with homework too. So if I give them a linear equation as an example problem, say 2x plus 5 equals 11, Wolfram Alpha will give them the equation, give them a graph with the solution. They'll graph it on a number line, and there's a lot of good information here. So students can use this as a calculator. They can use it as a homework helper or tutor. And even if you wanted to flip your classroom, you could do that, because students are able to look up topics and then even look up things that are related to the topic, so they can actually have more of an investigative approach. So I would recommend for students too that if you're going to use this as a homework helper, you can actually have the step-by-step solutions here that would be worked out for problems, which would be beneficial for students. That's upgraded in the Pro feature we were talking about earlier. And then in the student version, it'll actually provide them with hints. So step-by-step hints where it doesn't fully solve the equation, but kind of guides them along and gives them hints so they're not staring at the answer all at once. If students want to share their work, they have an option here at the bottom where they can download a page with all the information provided on the page itself. Otherwise, they can click on customize, like say a graph, for example. They can look at different color schemes. They can add a title, download a picture of their graph in order to share it. But this would also be part of the Pro version. When we look at the equations, for example, here, they can copy the text, and Wolfram Alpha actually offers a computable notebook where students could show their work, for example. So here we could say, this is how you solve a linear equation, and that's extremely beneficial. Using this for assessment purposes, you can use this because you can create quizzes and tests and provide answer keys with this. So you could use it as a form of formative assessment or summative assessment. I would say for the SAMR model, this access substitution, since you're able to substitute this directly as a calculator rather than use this as a graphing calculator, students can now use Wolfram Alpha to do the work for them. I would say this also fits into the modification category since it allows for the exploration of problems. So for example, we can be graphing the lines, and rather than use the slope and y-intercept from the equation, we can now look at a table of values, and we can also compare different lines and see how they relate amongst many different graphs of lines. So Wolfram Alpha can actually add more value to what they're working on. With Bloom's taxonomy, I would say this fits into the apply category since we can use Wolfram Alpha to solve problems, sketch graphs, but also interpret the meanings of mathematical concepts. And then perhaps this would also fit into the analyze category, where students can compare and contrast similar math problems and see how they relate, say, for example, linear and quadratic equations. They can also examine different pieces to graphing and also organization of different subject areas to see how they all relate to each other. This is my tutorial over Wolfram Alpha. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you very much for watching.